Tokyo Lovehotels podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to Tokyo Lovehotels podcast, volume who the hell knows?
Yes, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know. My name is Rastenberger, aka Mr. Loveho, and you are?
Kalinlaw, aka Mrs. Loveho.
Fantastic. And we are the Lovehos, an organization that focuses on promoting artists and helping artists kind of continue spreading and building their platform in Tokyo by hosting these regular events where it's kind of like a marketplace where people can come to exhibit, perform, sell their art, meet other like-minded people, and kind of just get them out there.
In a lonely city such as Tokyo.
In a lonely city such as Tokyo. That's beautiful. That should be our new slogan.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm liking it. So today we have yet another very special guest. It's the first...
What? No.
It's a very, very interesting and fantastic painter.
Yes.
And artists that
Very
we've had
talented.
exhibiting with us previously on Lovehotels and hopefully many more times.
Yes. Perhaps a light paint.
Perhaps a live painting even, yeah. Shall we call him in?
Yes.
No. Eric!
What's up?
What's up?
How are you guys?
We good.
What were you gonna say? I was the first what?
White boy.
Oh! Oh shit.
So for some
Actually,
reason on
we
the
just
pod,
realized.
we realized today that you're the first white boy we've had on the
I'm
pod
honored.
as a
I'm
guest.
Surprise.
So to commemorate that, we'll
Yes.
serve you with some highballs.
Yes. As requested.
Yeah. Are you typically a highball kind of dude?
Yeah. That or beer.
That or beer?
Is highball a Japanese thing down there? Right?
Yeah. I can't really get it at home.
Highball in Japan.
Really?
Yeah. I've asked for it and they're like confused. I'm like, it's not hard. It's soda water and whiskey. So yeah.
Oh,
But-
really? That's
You
interesting.
could sell that back home.
Colleen, are you having wine?
Yes.
Let's sort that out. There's always a little mini bar here behind
Nice. Yeah, I noticed.
behind the chair. All locally produced by our own factory down in where? Gumma?
7-Eleven or Famima?
Yes, the 7-Eleven. Hear that sound.
That's some ASMR stuff. Right?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, everybody's talking about ASMR today.
Yeah. Should give that a shot maybe.
I might be good, actually.
You might be good. Hang on, let me fill myself up as well.
Back to brewskis.
That's
Yeah.
a nice one.
Top
Nice
off.
pour.
Yes. A moderate amount.
Moderate amount.
All right, let's hit it.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the Pood.
Hey.
Cheers.
Hot
Arigato.
station. Cheers.
Fantastic. Eric.
Yes.
Eric Diotte? Diotte?
You got it. First try.
really?
Diotte.
First try, yeah.
Oh, really?
Is it a silent T?
It's a French name, so it's if you want to be French about it, it's Diotte.
Diotte.
Yeah. But Englishized, it's Diotte.
You speak French?
You speak French?
Half. Don't make me do it here though.
Ah, okay. Okay. Because are you from the French part of Canada?
My dad's from Quebec and my mom's from Ontario. So had me, and I was bilingual up until pretty recently. And
recently.
Yeah, I've lost it. You know,
So
it's
you
just like
picked
I
up
moved to
Japanese.
Toronto, and there's not a. I mean, I'm sure there's French people out there, but I didn't really communicate with any French people. So you just kind of every Christmas would kind of be the gauge of like how much French I lost. So I'd see my family, and then there's more and more English involved, and yeah, unfortunately, but I still understand it, which is
Are
good.
you picking up Japanese instead?
Oh, yeah.
Just depletion.
No, I can get by. I can get by.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Celine Dion?
Oh yeah,
What?
I know her.
Where?
I'm related to her.
Oh, Canadian.
What?
No,
Oh,
it's good.
He was about to get excited.
yeah. And I have a friend. She's like so Celine-ified. Canadian also.
Nice.
She has. Did you know she had? Out of this conversation, she has a bag brand. She has like her own
Who,
bags.
Celine Dion?
Yeah, and she has like her whole collection. Very funny.
Is it called Celine?
I don't know.
Is she still
No
popular?
way.
Like, is Celine Dion still a
Yeah,
thing?
she's the vibe. Yeah.
No,
I think she
Never mind, sorry.
what?
Never mind.
I think she has a very hardcore kind of fan base. And then when Deadpool had their release, and she did the main theme for Deadpool.
Are you serious?
Yeah. She kind of blew back up.
I
That's
have
all
no
I
idea.
know. I'm not
No idea.
very down to that. But what were you gonna say?
Back to Eric. No idea.
Hi, Eric.
What's up?
Very nice having you here.
Thanks for having me.
So you've exhibited with us at Lovehotels before,
I have.
and you had some very gorgeous paintings
Thank you very
and
much.
some prints as well, were there?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Could you just briefly introduce your kind of style of painting and what you do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a painter primarily, but I went to school for illustration, and I paint with acrylic paints. It's very bright and colorful. Kind of, I guess it would be in the street art kind of flavor, but I pull from a lot of different inspiration. Yeah, that's kind of it. And I trying to branch out into other things such as like design work and mural work and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of all over the place.
What got you into art in the first place?
I was born and then I started drawing. I've been drawing forever. And then in high school, when I kind of figured out art college was a thing, I was like, oh, super sweet. That's my jam. And then that's kind of it. And I haven't really looked back ever since. So yeah.
Were your parents like into art or?
My grandmother was. They would drop me off. She was like a single grandmother. My grandfather died before I really remembered him, and they would drop me off, and I'd paint with her. She was like a fine art painter,
Oh wow.
and she'd have like a bunch of markers and stuff for me to mess around with while my parents were doing whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of my earliest memory of doing art. So yeah.
Cute granny.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, R.I.P. I miss her, but my parents have been always super supportive of it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so
But grandma was into fine arts, you said?
yeah, oil painting,
Oil painting.
like landscape.
How did that kind of transcend into what you're doing now? Because what you're doing now is very, according to from my point of view, very pop.
Yeah,
Very
it is.
cartoon, like very superhero-esque almost.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I don't know if her influence was just about having somebody that was giving me supplies and being supportive. And then she never really like taught me anything. I just already had that from her probably. Like, and then she just let me do whatever. And then I remember like I used to draw manga, like really like, super Dragon Ball nerd and stuff, and
Yeah.
and
Love.
I remember like it's kind of sad, but I think of it in a happy way. Like she was on her hospital bed, like her deathbed. I remember her showing her my work, and she was like very like supportive of it, and I was like, the best. So yeah. So
You
and
enjoy manga.
yeah, I mean like I think you can probably kind of see it in my art
started
now.
off as manga too. Yeah.
A little bit, but I don't consume it anymore. I don't follow anything. I just like the look of it, if that makes sense. I don't know.
It's just defined a bit of the art that you're doing today still.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely like steered me in a certain way.
Right.
Do you have like a preference with rather drawing portraits or landscape?
I like drawing people.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think that comes from starting off as manga.
Yeah. For sure.
Totally.
Most of my work has people involved
Yeah.
in some way. And I always start, if you're like just opening a blank sketchbook, face,
Right.
hands,
Right.
something
Right.
figurative. Yeah.
So you went to art college.
Yeah. Sheridan College. Got a bachelor. I didn't get a bachelor. That's a long story. I dropped out at the last year, but it was studying Bachelor of Illustration. It was a 4-year program. Learned a lot. I don't necessarily think I need that diploma.
That's true.
You know, like I think artwork is just about your work. I've never once been asked about you know, where's your paper kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's super expensive. I don't regret it, but I don't know if that's, within this day and age, I don't know if it's the best route to go if like you want to go to art school.
That's how I felt. I went to art school. I have a BA in art, and I thought it might be like pointless up until recently, until I kind of thought maybe I should be an art teacher or something in like way in the future. If I already have an art degree, I just get a teaching license. It could mean something.
Yeah.
It could, but up until now, nothing.
For sure. Yeah.
What's because you were asking him like this, like would you regularly paint landscapes or people? Would it go into portraits or landscapes? I don't know. Coming from a musician, I don't really know those categorizations, but would you say that would generally come from the type of background that you have with art, with which direction you start in? Because as a musician, for example, whether you pick up the guitar or the piano, it totally depends on your mood, and you tend to do both. And the same with writing lyrics. So there's a sad or a happy song, but I guess in a sense it's more niched as a painter, and what you tend to do more often, kind of, or what you're inclined to. Where does that spring from, if not manga?
Definitely comes from manga, but just genuinely, I really like looking at people, and I think I like fashion, toka, street culture, people culture, music culture, and that's all.
Yeah, I think it's
subject is the person and people.
It's what draws you, whether you have a reason for it or not. Like whether, you know, like some people are more drawn to, going back to your analogy of like, I'm a drummer, or I want to pick up the guitar. It's just kind of like, they might not even necessarily have a reason for it. It's just, I guess what it initially is comfortable, like what you're, I don't know.
Maybe
just a vibe.
Attitude
it's just a vibe.
too. You could show more like attitude and stuff with a portrait subject. I don't know how you show attitude in like nature or something.
Angry Valley. Death.
Not to knock any like young landscape artists, but I feel like most of them are fairly older.
Yeah.
And, you know, like it's kind of something that
I think it's
you
dope,
do. Yeah, it's sweet. It's amazing. I mean, I could be fucking. Sorry, are we allowed to swear on this?
Sure.
Oh, now we are. Okay, all right. Sorry.
It's explicit.
Yeah, I don't know if like there are young ones out there, but all I know is I don't associate just landscapes with younger vibe people. Yeah.
Where would flora and fauna be categorized? Would that go into landscape as well? Like fauna, animals, flora, flowers.
Whoa, never heard that.
I think both sides. Yeah. I think I've seen it from both. Yeah. I see a lot of people that sway more into design doing the flora and fauna thing, because it's kind of has a pattern, you know, so it can be applied to clothing or Gucci. Textiles or Gucci or Versace, right?
Interesting. I'm literally so lost. I think especially for me, coming from like a zero background in painting or art whatsoever, apart from some art classes you've taken as a child, working with Lovehotels, I get to see so many painters exhibiting their work, and it's quite an eye opener, because there's a difference between just looking at it and getting a feeling of what it's trying to portray in comparison to what the actual thought behind it is, the process in making the art, where they come from, what background they have that made them kind of create what they're doing now, you know. I think it becomes a very different discussion looking at art and painting and talking about that with someone that isn't a painter themselves.
Completely, yeah.
Which, I mean, would probably understand the questions of flora, fauna versus landscape versus portraits, kind of.
No, I think that's valid. I mean, before I was coming in here, I was thinking of like what you guys were going to ask me, and I was like, are they going to ask me about deep meaning in my paintings? And to be honest, like a lot of my paintings are just because it looks cool. and it sounds shallow, but it's just like, there's music that just sounds good, and it's just like
it's a vibe.
It's music for the purpose of being music, right? So like art for the purpose of just being something beautiful to look at. Now that I'm getting more comfortable in kind of like doing what I do, I am looking for more avenues to explore meaning behind my paintings, because now I'm comfortable with what I work with. But I still just like making something because it looks nice, and that's kind of all there is to it. If somebody walks away with it with a deeper meaning, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
But where does it come from, though? Like
deep
that
down, I don't know.
Like that in the lake laundry painting you have, right?
Yeah.
With the washing line.
So that one, I mean, that...
I really like that.
Thank you.
Who's washing?
But it's like, he exhibited that.
So there's two things going on there. There's one is like, I have this odd fascination since I've been in Japan with people hanging their laundry. I don't know, I just find it so beautiful. Just I've been and I just recently like picked up a film camera, so I've been taking pictures and stuff. And it's kind of creepy and taking pictures of people's underwear, but it's not. It's just like it's like a piece of it's.
Let's go.
It's not like that, okay? I promise. It's not.
Let's talk about it.
Snatch them.
So I have basically I have a bunch of pictures of people's underwear, no, I just walking by, just like for some reason, just something about it draws me. So that's one aspect of it, and I can't explain it. I don't know what it is. It's like seems tranquil. I don't know. It's just very calm. And then the other aspect of it was that I was trying to evoke a feeling of just peace and calm and serenity.
And I feel that from it.
So that's
painting.
So yeah, and that's
is what the laundry, hanging your laundry outside. Is that a Japanese thing? No.
I mean, I think it's more common here than it is back home. We use dryers a lot here.
True.
Or here, not back home.
Or you have those they're not coin laundries, but they're like laundry areas that are assigned to your the building you're living in. So there's always a place for you to do your laundry, whether you have the laundry machine in your house or whether you have it in the area.
Because there are like creeps that'll take pictures of your underwear. Like back home, right?
God.
But people are so open.
Yeah, exactly. If I was going back home and like taking pictures of people's laundry, people would call the cops on me for sure.
True.
But
there's a huge limited amount of space here as well.
Yeah, so you have to do it at home, and and you're
true.
on your small porch or something.
And it's understood, like we all do it.
And for people that hasn't even been to Tokyo, it's literally a huge thing. Like you walk down the street and most windows, we're not even talking because balconies here are barely existent. It's basically just a window sill, and people will hang their underwear and their stuff from there. It's a very common view, almost like what is it, like the old Disney movies, like Lady and the Tramp or whatever, where they have those lines in between the windows where they hang their laundry. Kind of that vibe, but in a smaller version.
Way smaller.
So you take pictures of these panties.
I zoom right close into the pant. No.
And then
there's socks, and there's boxers, and there's underwear of all kinds, okay? Not just the panties. But among other things, I take pictures as well. I think it's important for creative people to, if they're stumped, to do something else, have another outlet to explore.
Oh, interesting.
So that I'll take a picture and then I'll think of an idea for painting, for example, and then I'll be painting and I'll think of it all goes together, and I think it's all same brain kind of mentality, or one leads into the next, and
it's just another way in.
Very visionary.
Yeah.
Not so much from words. Do you get inspiration from words?
From words, I don't read as much as I'd like to. I have this awful habit of only reading when I'm in bed, and I pass out immediately. So it takes me
better than your phone.
Yeah.
Unless it is on your phone.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, I'm talking about actual real paper
Yeah.
books. But I used to when I was a kid. I just I think I just need to do it during the day and not in my bed. But yeah, it takes me years to get through like a book like this big.
I'm the same though. I'm the same. And it was a long period of time for me. I can't just sit down and decide to read a book because I feel like there's so many other productive things I could do. So I try to find. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I still watch TV and do stuff like that, but I just can't find myself sitting. Maybe it's the environment. That's bullshit, but I don't know really. But I've made it a thing to read it in bed instead because that gives me a reason to actually read the book.
And it's working for you.
And it's really working.
Or
but
in
the morning,
I guess maybe
I don't take baths. Yeah, if I took bath, maybe.
So when you wake up in the morning, you're like, first thing is read
My
it.
first thing is to make some coffee and start reading a book and bring it back to bed and read it there because there was a tendency to it was a tendency to pick up the phone, and I don't want to pick up and I got that a bit from you. Unless that's not true, because you've been talking about you don't want to use the phone in the morning. Yeah. And I didn't want to do that, so I would wake up and put on YouTube the second I woke up.
Isn't that awful?
It's
awful.
It's
And like that's how I would wake up, like watching some random bullshit.
I don't get that.
And they talk about, like, psychologically speaking, the first hour from waking up is when you're the most susceptible to whatever's around in your surroundings, and that will affect the rest of your day. So I figured, okay, put aside that, make my coffee, take my book, read that book, and probably about something interesting, and then kind of.
It's so good.
But I get it. I can't get into that mindset either of like sitting down and just reading a book.
That became like luxury to me. Like I look forward and like, oh, if I finish this, I could sit down and read, or like lay down and read. It's become like a luxurious time.
Or if I'm at a resort and I've had this like time by myself by the poolside.
It's such a treat.
And it's your hobby though.
Yeah, now it
You're
is.
a major reader. You read all the time.
So, and yet my English doesn't get better. That's another story.
Thought about that.
It's so strange.
Just skim? You don't even read?
No, I don't know what it is. But back to you, you should read.
Do you relate to that? Is that also why you...
I mean, the whole reading in bed, or the checking your phone thing, especially like at night, my last thing I do is like I'm on here or I'm like watching something and I've gone to this thing and then I pass out and then I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll look at my phone a little bit and then I'll like pass out and then I'll like go on my phone first thing, and it's like, no, just I understand that it feels so like it's like the equivalent of eating like a bag of chips,
it's a
beside
comfort.
your bed. You know, it's just like shoving shit down your
phone on airplane mode. Put it way over to another. Put it in the toilet.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, yeah. You know, I think this is such a like an addict excuse, but I'm like, I have family back home that might try to contact me, you know, so I need it really close.
You've been gone.
I know I've been gone. I know, but. Yeah, I should just fucking throw that shit there. Yeah.
It's better for your health.
Yes, I agree.
Stop the waves.
Stop the waves.
And just generally, like, as time passes by in the world, we start living in smaller and smaller spaces, and we start to make our time at home has become our time at work as well. There's more entrepreneurship going on. We're focused more on making our hobbies into your actual work. And so people tend to work more from home. See, people tend to use the space that's designated to sleep or to eat or to pray or whatever they choose. That becomes your workplace, which is really unhealthy from psychological kind of standards.
For sure.
And that also includes the phone. Yeah. Like, honestly, we shouldn't even be reading in bed. We shouldn't be doing anything but sleeping or other things.
You should be using that filter that turns everything orange, at least, at the very least.
Yes.
You know, or wearing glasses that block that shit out.
Yes.
Or invest in really expensive, ultra light glasses.
I got a headache the other day. I was at my computer for a long time, and I was convinced it was because of the blue light from the computer. So I was like Googling nice, like cool looking flux glasses or whatever. They don't make them yet. Not really cool ones. But.
I read something. Was it Oakley that released like the gaming?
Okay, maybe I didn't research.
They're like glasses. Glasses for gamers. Like, do you want a game without a headache? Get these.
You really get a headache from gaming?
From the screen, from the blue light.
I mean, like if you're working like 8 hours a day and just looking at this light, I got a huge headache one time at my part-time job just from like staring at Illustrator all day and just like making these patterns, and I was like, and I got this migraine, and then I went outside, had a break, and I was like, it kind of went away, and I was like, it's because I'm just staring at this blue screen.
Definitely. And it also depends a lot on what type of screen it is. You have LCD, you have OLED, you have all of these different types. Like the TV you see over there, this is living room.
Okay.
That TV, it's rather big, but it's really old, and the backlight that uses is so bad for your eyes. You watch that for 5 minutes, you have a headache for like the coming 3 hours. I tell you, it's really, really bad. But if you were to like invest more money into buying a screen like a phone or a computer or something that has like an OLED screen, which is organic compounds, it doesn't need a backlight. There's not a light behind the screen.
OLED.
OLED, yeah. It's organically produced. You would get less of an impact, but it's really huge. We're so used to screens these days that we don't even realize how much of an effect they have on our life.
Are you giving me a pass to buy a new TV screen?
Yes.
Do you have a TV?
No.
Do you do anything healthy?
Do I do anything healthy? Oh my god, what's that?
Naka, you know.
Do I do anything
I have this
healthy?
image like he's so cool, but I feel like he's mad unhealthy.
You'd be pretty. I mean, I eat well. I eat properly.
That's
I don't
important.
eat like. Yeah, I like to make my own food.
Good.
I like to like buy everything and
Groceries.
so like those. What I gave you today, I made the sauce
He
from.
made
I made the
meatballs
sauce.
for us.
Yeah, amazing.
Like the sauce, fresh tomatoes, and then I made that. So.
Right.
So that's what that. So I was scared because I'm like, I don't have anything healthy that I do. Why do you think I'm so unhealthy?
Because artists.
Yeah. I'm neurotic.
Ah.
I'm a. Everything else is out of line, but
I
I like to.
artist thing.
I like to eat properly.
Yeah.
Being
at the
bohemian.
very least. Don't get me wrong. I know that there's very good things that I should be doing, and but yeah, soon, whatever. I'm just I think when life's chaotic, especially now, the last thing you're gonna do is put yourself through like just eat the chips or like, just do the bad thing for a little bit longer and we'll be fine. I know it's not don't listen to this really.
Yeah.
This is not good advice, but it's hard when, especially as an artist, stuff is chaotic, especially now life is chaotic for everyone. So for artists it's even like what's going on. So yeah, the one thing that I carry with me is good food.
That is important.
I mean, the first step to enlightenment is awareness.
Thank you.
And that is
Thank
the
you
thing.
very
The thing is that if you're in bed and you know that you shouldn't be checking your phone, you're at least aware of what you're doing. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. So you know what's healthy for you, you know what isn't. In comparison to a person that would really be completely blunt and would just like do shit without even knowing the consequence from what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you're on a great path.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Us included, everyone included.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Yeah, we're all trying. We're trying to get there. But I get it, like being an artist, the bohemian lifestyle is...
It tends to be lonely.
It tends to be lonely. And unhealthy. And
it's just
levels.
like, you don't really have a set schedule.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want whenever you want. You
More
have to
likely
network.
it's late
You have to
nights when
network
people
a
do.
shit ton, and just like go to this person's event, and then before you know it, you're like binge drinking because all your friends had an event in the same week, and then you're not sleeping well, and
maybe your art ain't popping to other people. Like
exactly, and then you're stressing out, and usually artists have mental health problems.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a given.
Yeah.
So it's just there's not a lot of going for us other than we make beautiful shit. So
Yeah.
that's kind of
And we're good people, y'all.
yeah. Believe us.
We're good people, y'all.
This pod, so good.
Should we have a helpline number?
We want to
Please
start
help
a
us,
hotline.
That would be the dream. Have you done the MBTI test?
Uh-oh.
The
Myers-Briggs
yeah.
test in
You
the
have?
the
What
4
are
letters?
you?
Yeah. I'm an advocate.
Same as me?
No. What? ENTJ? INTJ?
Yeah.
ENTJ?
Yeah.
Which one?
I need to. Okay, can I do this on our
Yeah.
The Advocate for sure?
No, my name.
You don't remember?
You? INFJ.
No, the advocate also.
Your name.
Oh, okay. So The Advocate
But
is
that name changes all the time, right?
yeah.
Not for this. For that website, they have the same ones. Yeah.
How do you know he's on the same website?
Probably is.
It's like the one with the cool
Listeners.
graphics and stuff. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a 16 personality.
Yeah, it's wait, I'm
INFJ.
INFJ. Yeah. INFJ. Yeah. What's
you
up?
Are the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, so I don't know
Mm.
that's
Oh, I totally relate to you.
yeah.
I get you
Yeah.
now.
No. No, it's all good.
Yes, I just retook the test and I changed to INFJ.
You changed?
Yeah, I changed. I used to be same with him, ENFP.
Yeah, we separated.
How did
Life-
I've done it? I've done it multiple
life-changing.
times, and I've always
Really?
have the same thing.
That's the thing. So most people always get the same result. You get a percentage at the end of it, right? Depending on it doesn't. It could be the 16 personalities. It could be the MBTI. Depends on which kind of client you're using.
Right.
But you're always on a percentage. It's like, are you how much to the introvert side and how much to the extrovert
I see.
side? But if you're close to the 50 percentage, you can sway depending on what happens in your life, in a sense,
I
or
see.
whether something
Okay.
big happened in your life, you decided to change something about you that you didn't like or that you did like.
So something happened. Cool. Alright. I mean, I don't know what
I
the.
felt it, so I retook it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And I
cool.
joined your crew.
Maybe I should try it again.
You
I
could,
don't know.
yeah.
But nothing really. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's cool.
It's very interesting.
It's cool to know that I'm
It's-
closely related to like Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela.
Exactly.
You know?
Elena, Rita.
Yo, I saw that. I saw her thing on Instagram.
So,
I was
because
like,
I told her
oh.
about it, and
Oh,
then I
okay.
was the same as us, and I don't know if I should say this, but she didn't know who Nelson Mandela and
Oh,
Martin Luther was. I was in awe. But yes,
But she probably knows loads about tattoo and Putin, so we're fine.
let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Love you, Lena.
I love you.
That's funny. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So how come you came to Tokyo? Was it because of Dragon Ball? I mean, because I'm gonna say like 30% or maybe 40, maybe even 65% was Sailor Moon for me to even come here in the first place. So
Okay.
cards on the table. Like,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay. What was the highest percentage you said?
Maybe 65.
Um,
The rest was J-pop, so it's not excusable.
I mean, that's all otaku stuff, right? So you're yeah. I mean, okay. So I started my fascination with Japan was through manga. I was definitely Dragon Ball. Like this is Dragon Ball. This
Oh
is
my
Shenron.
god, it is!
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. Can you show that to this cam here? Is it
Oh
viewable?
wow. Sugoi, that's really good.
Yeah, my friend Shirley made
That's
that. Shout out to
amazing.
Shirley in Toronto.
Temple?
What?
What's that?
Shirley Temple? No.
No.
Okay.
No. So yeah, like I started with that, and then I got more and more into anime, and then this fascination with the culture came with it, and then the anime stuff kind of died down, but I was always fascinated with it. And then in 2017, I came here with a group of friends for a month, and I was like, "Whoa, this is cool." And then I went on that trip. I was with a girlfriend that I'd been with like 3 years. We got in a pretty messy breakup the next year, and I was like, F everything, I'm gonna go by myself again. So I came back again by myself, and that's when I was like, wow, I just want to live here. It became more about Japan itself rather than the manga. It was just about I've always been attracted to big cities. There's lots going on. There's the art culture here is complicated but very exciting.
True.
There's a lot of opportunities depending on how you move around, but it's just a whole different world. And then so after that month, it's like it was so life-changing. Like when I was going to the airport, I started like crying because I was like, I just want to like stay here, like it was just like it was that life-changing,
Yeah.
Right.
and then went back home and then came back for I had a break of 3 weeks, and then I just came here. Actually, I had a trip booked to LA. Never been to LA either. And I booked it when I was like tipsy with my friend. I was like, yeah, the tickets are cheap, so let's do it. And then I was like, you know what? I don't even want to go to LA. Like, I just did it because it was cheap. And then, like, peace and love to LA. I'm sure it's great, but I just canceled it and booked another flight to Japan, and it came back out. And then, because in Canada, the working holiday situation is you can do it up until 30.
Yeah.
So I was turning 31 that year, so you can technically apply while you're 30 and hold on to it, right? You know, so that's what I did. I came here, and I've been here since January 8th of last year, and because of Corona, I don't know if this is a good thing, it enabled me to stay 6 months longer. Like, I just renewed.
Oh, wow.
You were able to renew your visa because of COVID?
Yeah, because the Canadian, the way the agreement goes is like we can only have a year here. Australians can do a year and a half, I think. I'm not really sure the other agreements, but I went to immigration again. I've always had a lot of, I have a lot of like foreigner friends, and they're like, yeah, you should just try again, go for it. So I did, and they're like, Canadian, yeah, you're good for another one. So I was like, okay, so I'm here till the summer at least. So
wow.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the journey. It stopped being about the manga, but that is what that
essentially interesting.
Exactly, it's the spark that lit that whole journey.
So you're here till this summer?
June.
Oh.
July.
So short.
I know. It's gonna go by like that, unless like.
Are you trying to stay?
That's the thing. I don't know anymore. It's been a very kind of discouraging year, and I think it would have been anywhere, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm still just trying to figure it out.
It's so hard to figure it out right now.
Yeah.
Like, even for anybody. Just
I know, and I don't want to sit here and like whine about it because like everyone's going through the same stuff, but
it's hard to see the future right
yeah,
now.
it's like and especially it's like I don't know like when's the right time to book a flight home because I have to wait so long in advance for that, and then also like applying to jobs that like I'll tell them, well, I only got like 4 months, are you gonna hire me? I have to like really make sure like I play my cards right. Yeah, I don't know. It's a big question mark, and it has been this year and a half, and I'm sick of it, but I'm going to look back on it in a couple of years and be like, I wouldn't have changed anything, because I've been able to just make a lot more work than I've ever made before,
So if you had a free choice to either stay here or go back to Canada or somewhere else, where would you go?
I don't know. Because like my image,
okay.
Yeah, it's just like my image of here has been like tainted almost by this whole experience. Because when I left home, Canada wasn't like that, right? So I don't even know what Canada is like under Corona stuff. But I knew.
Without Corona.
No, I do, yeah. So I'm sick and tired of this Corona stuff. But when I talk to my parents, they're like, we can't leave the house between this and like it's really serious back home. Right. It's way bad. It's way bad at home. But maybe I'm homesick. Maybe I miss my friends there. Maybe I'm just like I'm struggling because I'm struggling here, and I just want to go home and cry at my mom's house. Yeah. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if like what I say right now is like an accurate representation of like how I feel about Japan. If it wasn't
if you get a visa, you still have the choice, right? Like you could still leave or stay.
It's true.
Get that.
Yeah.
How has art been for you in Japan or in Tokyo?
Well received. Difficult. There is a language barrier. I admittedly don't really speak Japanese, so that's a huge factor. But I've met you guys bless you. You've been
Bless
very
you.
nice. And a lot of people that I've met here. The community is like very large, but very, very small as well. And I think we like to help each other out.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that, and I've been very grateful. My goal before, if I do leave, is to have it one like solo exhibition.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make that happen
You will.
ASAP.
Easy.
Yeah, I've been talking to people, so I'm
know.
excited. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I will be letting everyone know, but it's been good. You know,
Is it any different from Toronto?
So I kind of like changed how I made art back home versus here. There's like a gap period in my life where so fast forward or rewind to when I graduated. I didn't graduate. I dropped out. But I did the 4 years, so I say graduate.
When you departed.
When I departed. I did, my thing was illustration for magazines, editorial illustration, what it's called. So when I freelance, I did that right out of school for like maybe 5 years. So what you do is like you email the New York Times, the Smithsonian Magazine, the Johns Hopkins Magazine, all these magazines, and you give them your portfolio, and then if they like you, they'll give you an article. And the big deal is to get like a job at the New York Times, you know, and you do that. It's not really paid that well, and it's kind of like choppy of like, well, art is choppy in general, like in terms of like stability,
right?
But that's kind of the vibe I was doing before, is like working for magazines and stuff. And then I've always been fascinated with like doing more fine art stuff, because I feel like my work is not really that suited for concept. No, there's concept in it, but I don't like just there's a certain vibe to like the kind of art that exists in a magazine. And my art, I feel like mine exists in both realms. It has a foot in both doors. And so that was unsteady. I was getting decent work. I had some triumphs here and there, but then I needed a part-time job. So then I started cooking. I started dishwashing. I was telling you earlier, like if I didn't go to art school, I probably would have went to culinary school. I've always been into food a lot.
I can see you over some dessert or some dripping little blobs of different colors and like.
It's great. It's so much fun. I grew up watching like the Food Network with my mom. Like I just love that, and I've always been into food. Yeah. And then when the art thing was seemingly kind of like not dying off, but it was just like, you know, I couldn't freelance. You have to like call the shot at one point, and so I had no cooking experience, but I knew I could do it. So I went to a pretty popular restaurant in Toronto, and I was just like, I'll start as a dishwasher, just give me like a shot. And so I did that, and then like 5 shifts later they like promoted me to like a cook, because they're like, okay, this guy can do it. So I cooked for 3 years. Then I spent cooking 3 years, and I always wanted to go back to art. And I don't know if either of you been in the service industry, but like those are long hours. It's the worst kind of work. You're there for like ever, and it's anyways, you get home, you don't want to do anything. Your days off, you don't want to do anything. You just want to like relax, and your days off are like anyways. So I did that. I love it though. It's weird. It's like a weird, like I miss it, and I would do it if it was like in a better kind of restaurant setting. But then I just quit everything and moved here. So I almost had to relearn how to be an artist out here, because I hadn't done it for so long, and it's a different kind of arts. And I'm like delving into gallery stuff, collaborations. I'm doing a zine now. I want to do more graphic design stuff. So it's been a blessing in the fact that it's forced me to do a lot of different things.
Would you still be open to work with gastronomies professionally? Couldn't you own like a restaurant that's like
Food truck.
it's like Eric's
That's
like,
cool.
Eric's restaurant / exhibits, and you exhibit your art and others people,
So-
and like depending on the art, you'll make a dish that reflects.
Yeah,
the
I mean, like,
vibe of the
okay,
painting.
I don't know.
Okay, that's a long
too
shot.
much,
But
too much. But I think that like I have thought about the idea of having like gallery space during the day that has like a coffee cocktail thing going on, and then at night it turns into an event space restaurant with the art still hanging up. I'm still trying to think of it, how to make it work. But yeah, ideally I would love to merge both worlds. Like that would be great, but there's definitely a way to do it.
does it necessarily mean you cooking? Like, is
No,
that?
I mean I would love to be a part of it, but my art's first, I think. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Lovely.
I've like thrown so much away to pursue it that there's no like other choice in my mind. So it's a very, very close second, but I wouldn't be behind in the back scenes cooking it if I opened up something like that.
Back to art. Who is the lovely woman with the paws haircut? My favorite painting of yours. The woman that's like up front like this. That kind of looks like she's from a Cowboy Bebop.
Lips.
Oh,
The
that
Cowboy
one.
Bebop kind of.
Okay. I found. So that I painted at a live event, and I found I was like thinking of things to do for it, because I like to be have an idea of what I'm gonna do as opposed to just randomly. I have done the random thing too, but I found an image of a woman like this, and I just sketched it, and then I brought the sketch to the place, and that's kind of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can find that.
I love her
Decisive.
so much.
I can find that picture is actually way better than my painting.
So you do
doubt
fine
it.
arts like painting, graphic design, all that, and photography, all that.
Panties.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, panty photographer.
What do you have like a preference?
A PP.
Do I have a preference? I mean, always painting, always drawing.
Right, yeah.
Drawing is like
And
my
you
bread
have
and
like
butter.
a
Yeah.
day job that's graphic designing. Or you used to?
So I work a couple of days, a few times a week with this children's book illustrator / designer,
Cool.
Keitaro Sugihara. Shout out.
That's cool.
He's super talented, obviously, but he runs like this place in Higashi Kudame, and he has a studio at the bottom, and at night he has kids classes for like art teaching and stuff. So they do like crafts and stuff like that.
Are they
And
hiring?
And so I'll go in there and I'll help him come up with concepts for art books or like children's books specifically. Or he also does design work, so like sometimes he'll get me to like do the bulk of the stuff for the bulk of the work for some of the logo design or other stuff. So like it's like a big teamwork studio vibe there. It's been great working there, and he's actually trying to help me to connect me with people to get a show going on here, which is great. And that's like what I was saying earlier, is like the connections here just constantly like blow me away. It's like something leads to something. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It feels like I'm pretty hard on myself. I'm like, you lazy piece of shit, but I am still doing it, so I guess I'm all right. Painting, no. Drawing, doing something creative, yes. Painting for me is like a special time. I need to like draw something. I can't just like start painting. Yeah. I need to have a plan. Right. I used to do that. But like I'm more pressure. Like I'm more like focused. Because I want to have a body of work that I can be like to a gallery. Hey, look, I have a bunch of paintings. Yeah. So I can't just like be doing a bunch of nonsense. But yeah, I mean, it works for some people. It works for some people, but like I'm like very like I think about colors and how they work together a lot, like the design of it. I think about the design of the people and how it like comes into the painting a lot. So it takes me a while to kind of get an idea, but once I get it, I'm just like, I'll paint for like 5 days straight and then get it done. So
What do you think about 9-to-5 jobs versus
your
passion?
I like the idea of the stability of it. Like I'm a morning person.
Nice.
But I get creative at night, so it's stupid. It's like
it's
like I love waking up at like 7 or 8, having a coffee, and then like I'll go in front of my computer, but then I do nothing until like 4, and then I make dinner, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm ready. It's like, yo, it's so stupid.
I get it.
But I try, like I don't know. I'm trying to be better at following a routine. Yeah, right? I think that's important. I was watching this dude on YouTube who like followed Picasso's routine for like 2 weeks. And then
what was it?
Picasso's routine was he'd wake up at 11 a.m.
Check your
Really?
Instagram.
No.
Wait, what, right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Picasso's routine,
Oh, okay, yeah,
check
check. So he'd wake up at 11, have, I guess it's almost lunch at that point, work for 4 hours, then have dinner, work for 5 hours, and go to bed at like 3. It's not that crazy. It's not that bad. But I'm sure he was up to other stuff. Like he seemed like kind of unstable.
Busy.
Yeah. Da Vinci's though, or Da Vinci. Yeah, Da Vinci's was so stupid. I mean, it worked, I guess, for him, but apparently it was like he would work for 4 hours, 20-minute nap. 4 hours, 20-minute nap. 4 hours, 20-minute nap.
What?
I don't know if that's
Why
sustainable.
do you need that?
Did he sleep full nights or did he follow the what is it called? It's called something.
It's a polyphasic sleep cycle.
Yeah, when you don't sleep at night, you sleep in sections throughout the day.
Polyphasic. Yeah. So, but in total, if you add 20 minutes up in those 4 hours, you're only getting 2 hours of sleep in total a day. That's insane. And so this YouTube, I forget this guy, what he did it for 36 hours. He's like, I can't do it. This is too crazy. It's like, but
That's so
somebody like Da Vinci, that guy's insane. So,
and it also worked for him because it worked for him.
Exactly. Everything's different for everyone, right?
I mean, I want to pull a little example. I mean, I'm going to put my mother into this. It has nothing to do with painting whatsoever, but she studies Dharma, so Buddhism, and she lives in a little village, and she studies at a Buddhist center 24 hours. That's all she does. And according to also Buddhist principles, and I think it goes with different religions, different with Christianity, it goes with being an artist, it goes with anything these days. There's this constant pressure of like, you have to wake up, you have to be productive from the morning until the nighttime, and these are the hours where you should do this and that, and these are the hours when you shouldn't. There is a routine, but the routine needs also to be in accordance to like who you are as a person. Like for her, she thought that going to the school that I'm going to, I need to be studying 24 hours. I need to wake up at 5 a.m. because everyone else are, and study until nighttime and then go to bed. But she realized after studying for 3 years that I can only do this at night. I am a night owl. And if that's truly what works for you, and if that gives you a better, if that gives you a better output, and if that makes you learn more and quicker and better, then that's what you should go for.
Yeah.
There isn't really a certain pattern that works for everyone. It really depends on the person, that who you are.
Even that brainwash though, like that's what you're used to. Like you're used to
being
your
used,
lifestyle of staying up late,
right,
rather than trying out mornings and like sticking to that.
Exactly. And I think that's where it becomes interesting, because for my mother, she's been doing this for maybe 5-6 years now, and she followed that model for 5-6 years until she realized very recently that it didn't work, and she consulted her. It's good you're mentioning that. And she consulted her her teachers or the priests or whatever it is, and they said that, well, at the end of the day, if this is what works for you, and if you really realize that this is what brings you the most value and teaches you the most, then that's what you should follow. And that's after her following this pattern for a very long time.
Well, good for her for trying to break out of that. And You just have to try it to figure it
Yeah,
out, right?
you have to try it. And everything is relative. And I understand that routine is very, very important. But if you're able to keep a routine as a night owl, for example, then maybe that's what could work at the end of it. It really depends on the person.
Kind of makes you feel like shit when you're a night owl.
It does, yeah,
like
it does.
Like you feel guilty being a night
Well,
owl.
yeah, I think
Although
that's kind
you're
of
very
like the thing
creative
that
and productive.
the kind of thing the reason why I stop myself sometimes is like, I should go to bed.
So wake up early
like,
instead.
why? But
right.
I just there is also it's like a duality. It's like I do love waking up right as the sun is coming up and having the full beautiful. Morning. But lately I've just been more productive at night, which is
would you consider yourself a night owl or a morning
naturally
bird?
Night owl. Naturally night owl. But I love myself when I wake up early, but it also feels like let's get shit done, you know? And then when we're toning down and calming down for the day, we've done everything, then I can do my shit, which is art.
Do you think there's a difference?
But which is weird, like...
I think, because it's when you do your errands, you do like the other bullshit that you have to do, you run around.
And it tends to drag out, like you start at 8 p.m.
And I just hate how tired it makes you.
Yeah. So maybe there is a difference between the artistic expression versus the rational, common day-to-day errand makings or like numbers.
Morning feels like you're supposed to go jogging, drink a smoothie, exercise, go to the post office, do something. It doesn't really feel like painting sometimes. Yeah,
maybe the spiritual... no, I really feel you. Maybe the spiritual connection isn't there. Maybe that's not what the mornings are for certain people. I mean us.
I don't know. Yeah. Morning does feel spiritual.
Yeah.
Not for dark painting, like
I don't
inside.
Know. I think also this city is hard to get to. This city's the city's always like, you wake up any time of the night and there's like somebody yelling, some car going by, somebody talking on their phone in the apartment.
By. So now, Tokyo isn't really a soulful
but that's kind
place.
of what it attracted me to. It's just the energy that it's just like, it's insane.
Yeah.
But also it'll make you die young. I don't know.
Definitely. Although Japan is the longest living country, right? Like lifespan.
Yeah.
Do you want to show your art? I feel like we talk so much about art, but we haven't showed his stuff.
I mean, sure. Yeah.
So you brought some pieces.
I did. I guess the easiest transition is from panties.
The panties, yes. Hit us with the pants.
Yes.
To this is my latest piece I did. Where should I show this?
There. So this is your latest piece. Yeah. Tell us a bit about it.
So, going back to, it's really just about laundry hanging, and like I took pictures of
laundries again.
Took pictures, like these are photos that I took of my neighbor's
creep shit.
And then I just...
And this is your neighbor finding out.
Yeah, she's like, what the hell are you doing? No, so I just... Okay, so... And this is another thing. I think it's okay for a painting or a piece to develop as you're working on it. Yeah. Right? So this became more about somebody's familiar smell. Somebody that my neighbor's smell and how I smell her every time I creep over her. Right. No, but just like a loved one or lost one's smell. The smell is very familiar, and like usually it's attached to the laundry detergent that they're wearing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that kind of went into.
Oh my god, that's cool.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, what is that?
It's a Tide bottle. Like Tide detergent.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, genius!
Yeah, and that's like where the logo would be. Yeah.
Hard. Love the shadows.
Oh, genius! That's so cool.
The shadows are so good.
Is that your neighbor?
No, it's not. It's not really. No. I promise it's not. It's usually my people start with just a drawing. It's not. I rarely use photo reference. It's just somebody that's in my head. Yeah, and then she went through many different haircuts as I painted her. She had short, she had a bob, she had like long hair going down, and then it's just about what looks good with everything else.
Wow, can't even tell.
Quite methodical.
Yeah, it takes me a while. I mean, like, it looks kind of like it was printed, right? So I'm very like careful with everything.
Yeah,
Is this hand painted?
Yeah.
It looks so fucking
it looks
printed.
like digital art for real.
I like to work, like, I like my digital work to look painted and my painted work to look a little digital. I don't know.
Dope.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
So cool.
Where do you like dream scenario? Where do you want to take your art? Where do you see it? Do you see it as like a Louis Vuitton collaboration, or do you see it as something being more of a painted works on display?
I would love to do both, to be honest. I'd love to get into advertising. I'd love to do like collaborations. There's certain brands that I'd like to work with that I maybe not Louis V, but other ones. But yeah, I'd love to get into that realm and like
Celine Dion's back.
Yes, please, Celine.
That was the one.
Canada represent. I'd love to do
Album
her
covers.
new merch line. Album covers. I'm working on one album cover right now. I'm in the negotiations with a couple more people. Album covers are kind of like,
Carry on.
Maybe you should hold it like a
like Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Album covers are kind of like pretty rad.
Yeah.
They would. I will wait.
No, keep going.
Album covers would be amazing. Like, I just like the square format, the collaboration with music. I'd like to do more of that.
I don't know if I could say it, if it's well appreciated, but I mean, what I see is gorillas. A lot of your art, it's in that vibe. It's in that category a lot.
Cool.
It's that kind of cartoonified yet contemporary artistic vibe. It's still very poppy, but it's not manga, but it's kind of around that. Yeah, very fashion.
Very fashionable. なんかすごい村上春樹 vibes. I really like him and I read him. I could,
Oh.
If you know, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's Is this the only one you brought?
No. I brought a couple more. This is the last painting I have. Small guy.
Hey, profile pic.
Yeah. So
This is Eric.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically. So this
nice. I love this canvas size. I have a few too, and
it's nice. You can
yeah.
like bang it out in like a
So-
couple hours and then just have a bunch. Yeah, it's nice to practice on, and then I think I have maybe 5 I'm working on now. But yeah, it is a good size.
Yeah, it's so cute.
So this guy is for those who know me, I've been messing around with this concept for a long time. This guy in a balaclava or a ski mask. How do I explain this? This is really weird. So in college, it started in college. I had this idea of like this ridiculous story of this guy, this robber that would break into people's houses and steal milk. He just wanted to steal a glass of milk.
Okay.
That's it.
A glass,
just a glass of milk. And there's one image that I have that I painted. Like, I make these stories and then I create an image, and then I created it and I thought that would be it. But for some reason I've been so fascinated. It's like my laundry thing. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I need to
get obsessed with little things,
just
like
weird
random
things,
shit.
right? So it's like this dude in a mask drinking milk, basically stealing milk. And so I've been doing it in like many different ways. So that's just him. And especially since I've been talking to some gallery people recently, I need like a a collection of work that kind of relates. It's like a body, you know. It's like I could have a bunch of crazy different pieces, but it'd be better if everything's related.
Yeah.
And it made me realize like I have many paintings of this dude.
Yeah.
And I should just like lean into this milk
Yeah.
weird whatever it is. So I have other things, but was the easiest to bring with me. But look forward to more of this guy.
I'm so curious of the rest of the pieces.
Like I want to make a t-shirt. I want to make posters like you know the missing posters on the back of like missing and
oh,
they were
it's
like
so
wanted
good, and
posters.
it's like with milk. Like
Yeah. I don't want to. You know. I have my sketchbook. I'm not gonna show my sketchbook.
Wait for the exhibit.
Yeah, but I want to do like 3D pieces as well. You know, like having like milk cartons everywhere. Like it'll be fun.
Good.
It'll be fun. But
got milk.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Well, that's what this guy wants to know, if you got milk.
Does milk mean something to you?
Milk is just, I feel milk is kind of weird. The idea of like humans consuming another animal's milk is strange to me. And my dad has always just had milk with every meal.
Really?
Cute.
And then I did that growing up. I know it's weird, right? And then
you did that too?
I did it until like after high school, and I flew away from the nest, and I realized that just water.
Oh yes,
okay?
water.
You know, just water. And then every time I go home now, my mom's like, "Do you want milk?" I'm like, "Hell no! I don't want a glass of milk. Cream. I don't want to drink cream." But my dad still has milk, and maybe that's where that comes from. Maybe that's the deep-rooted thing with the milk thing. I don't know, but it just started with.
So it's not human.
It's not like
that too,
no.
though.
I mean like
that too, though.
Okay, if you're asking if I have a fetish of.
No,
are you going that far? It's like I don't.
Recently, we're having discussions about human connections and what you see and what you paint and what the music and the art that you make reflects kind of who you are. And we're talking about like female breasts and the motherly connection and wanting to like if it's something relating to that, or is this purely related to animal like.
I mean, humans are animals. I feel like it's
right.
all connected.
But do you
milk
think it's
is kind of weird, actually.
Yeah,
milk is
really
strange.
Is.
But I love milk.
But is it like the cow milk reflected as a child growing up having milk to strengthen your bones, or is it like the milk of like a mother to grow up as an adult kind of?
That's why you put it in the art, to make us talk about it.
Put a mask on top to kind of hide the truth.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I do have another painting. It's another milk too.
Does your dad like soy milk? Has he tried other countries?
No,
he'd laugh at that. What? Sasuga pops. Oh yeah, I remember this for the exhibit.
Oh, so cute.
So that's
so
him in his
weird.
element. Yeah, it's
so weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. So good.
Just for a second.
Does he have a name?
No.
Okay.
No, not yet.
I feel like he could be a game character in one of our games.
True.
Games,
actually.
The Milkman.
So
the Milkman. Yeah. Well, he actually, in my storyline, he like kills the Milkman.
Oh, no.
Because he's got to steal the milk, so he's got to beat the guy up. It's complicated. It's not finished. The script's
What's his like ulterior motive?
He just loves milk.
He just loves
milk. That's it.
He wants personal growth.
Yeah, I mean this one. So in this one, okay, this is gonna make you question that. I did a different painting on the back. This is gonna make you question everything I just said.
The universe.
It's kind of, I don't know. This is.
It's like I feel so.
Oh, okay. So it's because it was actually your exhibit. I put the tape on back, but it's basically a boob putting milk into a cup.
Boob. Wait, what's this? Tape?
That's the tape. I had to peel it off the wall because I don't care about it in the back. But I was just showing you that's.
Wait. So technically, it's without this tape, right?
Yeah.
So
Without
this is a
part.
teat.
It's a big teat.
Big teeth.
Fertile teat into
Right.
a glass. So now you're questioning everything
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
But let's go back to this
I think
one.
it's all related though.
It must be. It must be. I think I'm not.
In my perception.
I'm gonna.
Is it your mother though, perhaps, or is it your grandma?
She fed me the art milk.
The one that
She gave me
you.
the art
Got
milk.
me.
Yeah, the art milk.
Yo,
yeah.
she gave me the art milk.
This is why you rose as an artist.
Holy shit.
The grands of the grands.
Oh my god.
Yo. Grand's milk.
You're making me realize I need a better pitch for this guy.
No.
Fantastic.
You're not supposed to explain everything. They gotta figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a title?
No.
Granny's
No,
milk.
it's a working title is spilt milk. Like, you know the saying, crying over spilt milk.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Do you think the milk is talent? Like pursuing your dreams?
How do I connect those two? I don't know. No comment.
It's so cool.
I'll think about
though.
it.
It's so cool.
Thank you.
Expressions are amazing.
He's so big. Milk got him big. Yeah.
Alright.
No, beautiful.
I have. Okay, so I have two. It's more gifts, so.
Gift.
Yeah. Both of you've seen both of these, but I brought two of each just in case you both want the same one.
Oh god. I like this one. Jazz.
And then there's the Jordan.
Robin
one.
Michael Jordan.
Why that all?
No. I've been eyeing this on his gram.
Oh my god.
And I
it's
commented
so
on this
gorgeous.
post.
Okay.
So one at a time. Yeah.
We can have this.
Yeah. I mean, I brought two of each, so if you both
Are you
want.
serious?
Oh really?
Yeah.
I totally want this.
It's beautiful.
This is a gift?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's fine. I mean.
I'm so inspired from this. I think about this picture often. I don't
Really?
think you believe me.
Really?
I do.
Okay, amazing.
Because it
I'm
really
glad.
got to me because I like jazz.
Yeah.
It
This is the Miles
it
Davis
really,
quintet, and that I mean
Oh.
quintet. I know there's quintet's 5. The other guy's off camera. This is Coltrane. That's Miles Davis. I forget the other two, but it's from a still from a documentary I watched about John Coltrane, and yeah, it was kind of I get inspired by that too, just like certain imagery, and I just take screenshots or take pictures of it, and then
yeah.
Oh, it's
I'm
beautiful.
at a point, I think, in my life where I like paintings
Miles
of
Davis.
what I like. Kind of, I guess. Like, I want that in my room.
Yeah. Because it's not, the original photo was like black and white.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't look like that, but the characters are definitely from it.
I
Yeah.
don't know how to explain, but I really think about this picture a lot.
Cool. Oh, I'm glad I brought
and
it.
it
Yeah.
inspired me. Like, I could just draw what I want to draw, what I like, みたいな. So,
It's beautiful.
thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric. Let's
I'm gonna
move on
put
to
this up in my room.
Just Jordan, the GOAT. If you've not seen The Last Dance, you probably should, but I made it
Oh, yeah.
when I was watching that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
I'm not
recent.
really even a huge basketball fan.
It's not
but
from
like,
Space Jam? Was that Jordan?
No. Yeah. No, yeah. See, I'm not even. See, I'm like. I left off basketball
Word on
with
words.
Space Jam until like The Last Dance, and then it reminded me like, I remember watching Space Jam and being like, I had this like, those like door hoops that you have, you put the hoop on your door. I'd be in my basement and like. I'm watching Space
right.
Jam and I'm like, I'm gonna be in the NBA and listening to the soundtrack, and it's like, no, that didn't work out.
Right.
Too short for that. But then I watched this documentary and I'm like, wow, it's really inspiring, just like how focused and intense this dude is, and how like you can just see greatness emanating. It's just inspiring. Like even if you don't even connect with sports, it's just like such an inspiring documentary.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that was kind of my thing for that. So yeah,
Dope.
I think that's all I brought. But yeah.
It's amazing.
So,
Thank you so much.
He has to.
Yeah.
Thank
Very
you.
cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a limited time schedule.
Oh, you have
Should we
another
move
person?
on? No.
Oh, yeah. Questions.
We have a maximum amount of like memory space for our shots.
Word. Okay.
But we have some Instagram questions. So as
word.
we explain in our pods, is that we post this picture on the story telling who we're gonna have on the podcast, and if you have any questions for that person, and we have a little selection for you. Colleen, do you want to hit it?
1 second. How do we look?
Yeah, there.
Ooh, okay. Wording, don't worry about the wording, but check the vibe. Had a chance to date in Japan and would have your type. What the fuck does that mean? Basically, I think it means, what's your type?
Yeah,
Japan?
Have you had a chance to date in Japan yet? And what is your type?
Love Hose is looking at you as like fresh meat.
So Love Hose is not only a platform for art; it's also a platform.
It's a dating site.
Yeah, it's a hookup site. Damn,
Future
goddamn.
goals. Yeah.
Is that the one you're warning me about?
No.
Oh, there's
worse.
And it's from the same.
It's from the same person.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I have had a chance to date here.
You haven't?
I have. No, I have.
Okay.
Yeah. My type is
Milky.
You like Japanese girls?
I mean,
You're open.
I do. I think this is gonna sound bad, but
You used to.
No, it'd be better if they had gone abroad at some point in their life.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
It's a little too, and I mean, like, also my
robotic.
Yes. Okay. So if you're going in, I'm gonna go in.
Let's go in.
Okay,
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's a little different than where I'm from. You know, it's like there's mixed signals. When I think things are going good, they're like, oh, just friends, and then I was like, okay, and then on the vice versa, she wants to marry me after the first date, and I was like, yo, that's not good. So
Dream meets dream.
yeah, I mean, that's a way to get my visa, but
You're trying to take it there.
Right,
Yeah, that's a lot.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, my type, just find out.
Yeah.
Just find out.
Yeah.
Traveled.
There we go.
Cultural, worldly.
Yeah.
Worldly.
Yeah.
Should we take it there, Robs?
Yeah, take it there.
From
So
It's
same.
raw. I mean,
It's
we
the
gotta
same.
read the questions that have been asked. And
Yeah, of
some
course.
of them are very raw.
Very raw. I'm okay. I'm open.
Don't judge Lovo. It's
Don't
only
judge
this
Lovo.
one person.
It's the same person.
She remains anonymous, but she's the homie though. How many centimeters is your Next. Okay.
Yes.
Backup question.
That's it? You only got 2 from this crazy girl?
How often does he clean his hands?
How often does clean his hands?
We have like a wash hands freak following us as well.
Yeah.
Don't worry about our following.
I mean, I watch them more now.
This shit sounds so weird.
Well, I mean, okay, so going back to the art thing.
Yeah.
Let's just connect it back to the art because I'm
Robin
an
has
artist,
some
right?
backup questions. Yes.
Right. Sometimes I don't wash. Sometimes I don't wash after I paint, and I have paint on my hands, and I'll walk around.
Yes.
Right.
But I don't know if that's what they were asking.
I don't think so.
Literally,
this is like
no.
a fucking cult.
Yeah. No. I mean, much love to watch the hand washing, but there's this account that's been following us and commenting on our posts,
Oh,
asking
you
how much
noticed?
people.
True.
Yeah.
You noticed, you noticed.
Asking how much people are washing their
That's
hands.
fun.
And
That's fun.
After COVID kind of thing.
after COVID kind of thing.
Like,
and then
wash your hands.
yeah, and then when we posted your picture, they asked how many times you wash yours.
They probably will ask again to another.
Okay.
It's just a random awareness kind of thing.
Don't
I
take
guess.
it personal.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's
Alright.
so basically
That's
the
it.
consensus of the questions that we have been getting from this thing is that people are genuinely interested in you and your bod.
God damn it. That's all you got?
And
That's all you
all
got is how much is my...
No, they're just
Okay.
not engaging well. Fucking
In the
love
art.
holes.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Tell me more.
It means that
We need to work on this.
No,
we need to figure out.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay.
us.
How to,
Yeah.
It's
okay.
us.
Okay.
It's not you, it's us.
All right.
No, it's
well,
not you. It's
thank
us.
you very
And
much.
people are genuinely interested in you as well.
One gal. One anonymous gal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get at me.
Thinks you're
I guess. I don't know. Maybe I regret that. I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well.
I kind of thought. Anyways, yeah.
What you thought? What?
No. I kind of thought when you warned me about that, I'm like, they're gonna ask what my dick is.
No.
Really? I
Yeah.
guess.
Really? Yeah.
I guess that's what guys think.
Well, it came. It happened.
It came.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well dodged, by the way. Regardless.
I know, that was like a quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our minutes are running to an end. But very, very grateful for today.
Wait.
And,
Do you have a message to the love hoes?
The love hose.
Yes, that do art, like wanna do art, but may still be doing a 9-to-5 work thing, daytime thing, but wanna pursue, and they look up to you and your art and what you're doing.
Okay. Number one is you can do it if you work hard for it. Just work at it after work at it.
Yeah.
Whenever you wake up, think about it. If you really want to, there's like people that are kind of on the fringes that like the idea of being an artist, but you'll know there's just this draw to you. So just don't be discouraged. You're going to fail. You're going to fail a lot more than you're going to succeed. That's just in anything. You're going to suck for a long time. You're going to be so bad and it makes you discouraged and you're going to want to quit.
Yeah.
But like, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it, because that's all you'll ever want to do is continue doing it.
Yeah.
And eventually your taste, because the reason what attracts, I'm definitely ripping off a quote that I just read today, but it's like, the reason why when we're beginning we're so upset is because we have good taste. Like our taste is impeccable because like we know what we like. We're artists. We're trained. We have this. We're not trained, but it's also innate. But we have this thing. But our talent is not. Our skill level is not at par with it.
Yeah.
So when we make something, it frustrates us that it's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
Right. So the only thing to do about that is to just continue pursuing, get to it. And I would argue that you're always that pursuit is a lifelong goal. I really don't think that an artist should ever be fully satisfied with what they do, because there's no reason for them to push on forward.
Right.
So if you find yourself painting something and you're like, I'm done, I'm the best, you can have that moment for like a day,
5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you question yourself, if you're still feeling like that after, like, maybe you're a crazy person. But this is for the crazy people. But for the people that are trying to pursue it, you are gonna feel discouraged. I feel discouraged. Everyone feels it. People at the top feel discouraged all the time. They think they suck. They feel like imposter syndrome. Like, what am I doing here? Why? I don't know why you guys are interviewing me right now. Like, what am I doing here? Like, I just feel like, why is anyone even asking these questions? Or, but you're going to feel like that forever, and just be okay with that and just keep making work and just keep making good work. And that's all I have to say. Yeah. Just keep at it. Just work.
I don't think anyone has given such a deep, proper,
down to earth,
raw
raw reactive response to that. Yeah.
That question, yeah.
Definitely. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Digest for sure.
Yeah. It's so important.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, real.
Thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Thank you so much.
It's been really good. If you want to check out Eric Diotte and his arts, we'll put down links and everything below. Remember to subscribe. And hopefully we'll see you again at Love Hose. And if not, check him out at his exhibit that will be coming up very
Solo
soon.
exhibit. Holler.
Coming at ya.
Thank you very much for tonight.
Thank you.
Arigato.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.